My sleeper team, after doing very in-depth research, I'm going with Wisconsin here, as we mentioned at the top of the show. But Blake, I think by definition, the way that I'm looking at it is a team that it doesn't have to be outside of the top 25, but a team that wasn't in that top 10, top 5 contention last
Right.
season, and
Mm-hmm.
that is in a position to make a very massive surge in production and in success. And the reason why I'm going with Wisconsin is obviously Luke Fickell is a big reason why I'm picking them here.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Fickell does not get enough credit for being as good of a coach as he is. To get Cincinnati to the level of success that they were at took multiple years of great coaching, recruiting, and just overall culture building at Cincinnati. I think that is going to be an immediate step in and a takeoff from what was left for him with the previous roster. They're not losing a ton. Keanu Benton's one of the biggest names that they're losing. Joe Tippmann, who's one of their starting offensive linemen, they're losing both those guys to the NFL draft. A lot of that starting offensive line, not all of it, is returning. And Wisconsin had a pretty good starting unit. Braylon Allen am I tripping here? Braylon Allen did not hop in the portal, right? He's returning.
I'm checking that right now. I don't think so.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it.
Braylon Allen is one of the next great Wisconsin running backs, and we saw that he is filling in line with guys like Jonathan Taylor and Melvin Gordon. He's that productive, that good of a running back.
Damn, you think so?
I think that, we've seen his production early on as a young player, and last year he maybe took a little bit of a step back, but I think that he's got all the talent in the world to be a really good player and one that can be leaned on by Luke Fickell early on in this first season. The most important thing is getting Tanner Mordecai and Nick Evers to compete for the quarterback job. And at the very least, Nick Evers takes over the following year, who's a younger player. Tanner Mordecai is a great quarterback. One that
You think so?
I think that he wasn't given enough recognition for being.
And he was at Wyoming, correct?
No, he was at Fresno State, and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think he got enough credit for how good of a quarterback he was over the past few years at Fresno State. And when he hopped in the portal, when he picked Wisconsin, that is a huge pickup for them. For me overall,
Mordecai was at SMU.
What did I say? SMU is what I meant to say. Sorry, I mixed up those
Fresno
two schools.
State. I was like, wait.
That's Jake Haener. That's Jake Haener.
Right.
He was at SMU. Regardless, I focused on here for my team. What I was looking for is who has the top returning production, and they're one of the top teams in the country for returning production, and for teams that finished with high rankings in the transfer portal, and they finished top 10 with the transfer portal class. All of that combined, I think, is going to set them up for a really, really nice season next year.
I think I think that Luke Fickell, I agree with you. Luke Fickell's a guy that not a lot of people talk about. I was really surprised now that Cincinnati's going to the Big 12 that he flipped and went to Wisconsin of all places. Dude, him pulling Philip Longo, and what he did there, and then how good that his teams have been defensively, and then you go get a really big offensive weapon, offensive play caller. Dude, you know how crazy it's going to be to watch Wisconsin throwing the football all over the yard? Dude, just in a matter of weeks, they got so much more athletic on the outside. It is so wild how much better they went and got speed. Also, they've gotten some of their key pieces, their big pieces, from Cincinnati to transfer to Wisconsin. They got an offensive lineman. They got some receivers. The only thing, though, it's like when you talk about sleeper, do I think that they can make a Big Ten title game because they're in the opposite division of Michigan and Ohio State? Yes. The reason I pick them is because their side of the division is so weak and so bad. It doesn't take a lot to win that division. Okay. Now, admittedly, I didn't go down their schedule. I don't know if they have a Michigan or anybody this year. I don't think that they do. But that division that they're in has always been weak in the Big Ten, and I think that they can make some waves.